Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to my show where I recommend anime shows. This season I feel was kinda stronger than the previous one, still not on the same level as the shows being released back in 2006, 2008, 2012. Those were the golden days, that's just my opinion. Let's just get on with it. The first show, Aoashi. It's a show about soccer. We have the main character Aoi, who's trying to become the best footballer or some shit. I don't like sports. I especially don't like soccer, but I do love this show. The characters are written well and the story is interesting. I hope this will be continued. I would love to see a second season. The next show is Kamikuzo Idol. Yet again a topic I just don't give a fuck about. But here it's actually interesting to watch. The characters are likable, you even learn some stuff about being an idol, and the comedy part is actually quite adorable. The main guy especially is great, you can easily relate to him. Next stuff we have on the list is Chimimo. It's a show about those adorable beings that are from hell. Basically these are hell servants. Just look at them. How could you not enjoy this show? This is a rare picture of me and my friend when we found out that we forgot to pay taxes. Here's Gordon Ramsay cooking some raw meat. Beautiful. I love the aesthetics, the graphics, the characters, the story. It's fun, it's wholesome. I hope this one is going to get another season because it deserves it. The next one we have is Soyedemo Ayumu wa Yose Tekeu. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but I just don't give a fuck and I don't want to use the English titles. It's like calling Wolfenstein Wolfstone. This is a typical rom-com, but I've enjoyed its atmosphere and the characters are quite nice. The only thing I didn't enjoy was the ending. I hate when they make these romantic shows that have no finish line, like the characters never say that they love each other and just goes on and on and on. Eventually the show gets cancelled, you don't get the 5th or 6th season, so I hope that in the second season we'll finally have the entire thing resolved. Still, I recommend this show, it had a good vibe. Kinsou no Vermei. Now this show is not the type of stuff I usually watch because it's always cringy and a lot of ecchi shit, but I've actually enjoyed the emotional depth of the story, especially in the last 2 episodes. The main characters are nice, I just don't like the pink girl. I just hope we're going to get another season which has very deep story, actual emotions and not just shitty jokes about being naked, because that stuff makes me want to kill myself. So yeah, I recommend this show for you if you like big boobs and stories. That's all. Tensei Kenja no Isekai Life. Now I've heard that this show is garbage compared to the manga. I've actually loved this show very much, right until the last 2 or 3 episodes, which weren't on the same level as the previous ones. I felt like the story was rushed and it just became shitty. If it had the same vibe as the middle episodes had, then I guess I would rate it higher. Still, it was fun to watch, typical isekai show, but with a guy who controls a lot of slimes. What's funny to me here that some of the slimes have more personality than human characters in this show. Buchigira is a show about Shinsengumi getting killed and 7 criminals being their substitutes. It's actually quite interesting to watch and fun. At first I thought it would be more dark and dramatic, or maybe it would become more of a comedy. It didn't do any of those things. It was more of a shonen show. Still, some of the episodes weren't that interesting, especially at the end, but the first couple ones were very fun to watch. Check it out if you like some action stuff. Licorice Recoil. Now this one I thought would be shitty garbage. It turned out to be quite interesting. I wouldn't say that it's great, but it's good for sure. It was fun to figure out the characters' motivation and delve deep into their minds. Especially the final episodes were fun as hell. To sum it all up in one sentence, it's a show about a girl called Chisato who's a pacifist and everyone around her tries to turn her into a murderer because she has a gift for it. Next one is Kuyo no Shoukanshi, another isekai show with the shitty high-M tag, but it's actually interesting to watch because the main character doesn't want to be a hero, they're just adventurers and they're having some fun. I wouldn't say that it's a best show in the whole world, but it was quite enjoyable, so if you have nothing better else to do, it's a fun show to watch when you have dinner at your home. It will probably get a second season. Orient 2, now the last season I think there was Orient 1 on this list. I said that it was an interesting show that had promise. I feel like most of this promise wasn't delivered here, but the final 2 episodes were just gut-wrenching and I've enjoyed the story. I wonder what they will do in the 3rd season. It's just a typical shonen show, so if you like Naruto or Bleach, then check this one out. Saikin Yatota Maid ga Ayashi. Now this show isn't particularly stuff that I usually watch, but it was actually very wholesome and the story was intriguing. The art was nice, so were the characters. This doesn't need a second season, it's finished, and check it out if you want to see something light and just wholesome. Yofukashi no Uta, now this one is going probably to be popular in the future. Yofukashi no Uta is a story about a vampire and a teenage dude who's just bored with his life and they just meet every night to do something silly. I love the atmosphere of this show and how the characters behave. It's very weird to watch, but at the end it becomes even better. I love the ending of this show. We don't need another season, it's resolved. If they are going to do next one, I guess focus on different characters. I guess this was my second favorite show this season. It was just so fun to watch. Check it out, but watch it only at night. Haha. Yokozo second season. I've waited very long for this one. I think the first season came out in like 2018 or maybe 16. It was amazing, I loved it from beginning to the end. This one is very disappointing. Still, I've enjoyed some parts of it. I am not the big fan of the animation here. I think that it's worse than the one from first season. This show will be continued, so I will just wait for the next one. Watch it if you enjoyed the first season, but don't get your hopes up. Maiden Abyss second season was one of the highlights of the season for me when it comes to anime. I've enjoyed this story a lot, I'm not going to spoil anything. Just watch it if you've enjoyed the first season, you're not going to regret it. I also want to mention that the anime that was released like 10 years ago or something about Satan working at McDonald's or some shit, I've loved that show, it was so funny. This year it got a second season, don't watch it, it's garbage, the second season is unwatchable. Just stay with Mao-sama season 1. That's all the recommendations I have for you. It was a nice season for anime. Most of the stuff as usual was garbage, but the things I've recommended here were above it. See you next season, I hope it's going to be better than this one. Bye!